Our dear esteemed viewer, welcome to this another amazing episode of Nkumba Perspective, where we move to different stakeholders, talk to them, especially within this Nkumba University environment. Thanks for the love that you've shown us by subscribing and sharing to the previous episodes that we've already shared. As usual, it's me, your host, Kamkama Rukundo Clinton. And today we have a very young, determined gentleman that I have always known from the football perspective. A gentleman that I have always known from the Nkumba journalism class. But it seems today he has decided to step up and put whatever he has been doing to the next level in terms of leadership field. Without saying much more, please, we can have you introduce yourselves to our viewer that is listening in, and then we can continue with our show.
Our beloved viewer, I'm by names of Oscar Abine, a second year journalism student at Nkumba University. And today I have not only come as only Oscar Abine, but I have come as a passionate young man who is eyeing for the seat of being the Member of Parliament, School of Social Sciences.
Thank you so much, Oscar. He has made it clear that he is aspiring to be the next Member of Parliament for School of Social Sciences in the Nkumba University next Parliament. So, Mr. Oscar, what vision do you have for SOS? What are you planning for SOS? What passion are you driven by to stand for the next SOS MP? Thank you.
I have been in the School of Social Sciences. So far this is my second year, and I have been seeing events transgrading from one to another. I have seen the previous members of Parliament, what they have achieved and what they have not achieved. So far my vision with the School of Social Sciences, I want to advocate for their inclusivity, because the previous members of Parliament have not been engaging with these students. But my mission today and for the future of the School of Social Sciences is to bring students together, is to bring forums together, because I'll be creating forums so that students bring in their concerns, their views, and they will be receiving timely feedback as they need it in time.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. As you know, journalists, most of them enjoy the limelight. Because of their work, they enjoy the popularity and all that. But journalists have not really set up a good leadership record, not only here in Nkumba, but also in the national politics. I can tell you, for example, right now, the former president of Uja, that is Kazim Bashir, enjoyed the limelight before people voted him, because journalists are always everywhere and they easily get people supporting them. But once he grabbed that seat into the parliament, he has definitely not achieved what the people of Kawempe South expected from him. As someone in that field, how do you see, or how do you make voters assured that stepping stone as a journalist that you have is a good added advantage to you, to your political career, and how will you adapt that and make sure what you've promised you've achieved it?
For the past 1.5 years, I have been in the School of Social Sciences. I'm not just a journalist. I have been passionate about many things regarding sports, regarding many forums and associations. I have coordinated with many people I've shared my experiences and they have shared their experiences. And as I'm rising up to become their member of parliament, I have moved all corners for the 1.5 years. I've moved all corners so that I make sure that every idea, every issue that is being raised, every gap that has been left by the previous members of parliament can be filled.
Yes.
I am not just coming as someone who has been popular, but I have always been in sports. I've participated not only as supporting but also as a player. That's why I'm not only popular in being a journalist, but also I'm popular in different activities concerning our school.
Thank you so much for that. To our viewer that is listening in and tuning in wherever you are, please, we thank you for the good feedback that you've always given us, and please continue subscribe, like, share and comment. As we continue with our interview, Mr. Oscar, I want to ask you something. Of course, the vision to stand for Member of Parliament for School of Social Sciences, you might have identified some of the maybe challenges that the School of Social Sciences is facing. For the 1.5 year, is it 1.5 or 2 years?
1.5 years.
For the 1.5 years you've been here, what challenges do you think SOS has now? What challenges have you identified, you as someone aspiring for that position? And you see, yeah, this is what I intend to tackle. So, the viewer who's the SOS member who's outside there, listening in and watching, can identify you as someone who identifies challenges and maybe have solutions for them. What challenges do you think SOS fraternity has apparently?
Thank you so much. One of the issues that is disturbing the School of Social Sciences has been lack of inclusivity. Minus going to class and studying as the main aim of what brought us here, we have seen there is a big gap between the students' body and the administration, specifically the School of Social Sciences. As in, if not that these administrators that are in these offices, if they are not your lecturers, please, you will not get them anywhere. You can't interact with them. But for me, as I'm coming as the member of parliament, I promise people that at least I will be having these assemblies, holding assemblies at least every month, so that we bring these students together, so that these students can bring out their views concerning the learning environment, concerning the social environment, since we are in a university setting. If these administrators, these lecturers, join us in these assemblies that at least we shall be having at least every month, at least they can give advice, they can at least guide us so that we cannot go astray. So these students should be firm, should be sure that Oscar Abine, who is coming as their MP, is having that zeal to represent them, to represent their ideas, to represent their points as the School of Social Sciences is concerned.
Yeah. Well, there's also another important aspect that I want you to talk about. I've well conversed with many people that have aspired to be members of parliament from specific faculties or schools here. And many of them will silently tell you, especially in the evening hours when we are chilling outside here, they will tell you, Clinton, I'm going into that parliament, but I'm eyeing the resources there. And the irony is, most of them, once they get into offices and they reach there and then they find there's no allowance even, and there's no minimum facilitation, many of them will apparently end their representation and leadership from that parliament. As someone that is aspiring for that seat, what do you talk about that?
Yes, well, thank you. As the idea of going to parliament and eyeing the resources that are there, Oscar Abine is not eyeing Parliament because of the monies or the resources that are there. For example, I myself, I am not eyeing Parliament, not because I am having some pusher thing that is taking me there, but only what I'm passionate about is my school. I'm going to Parliament to lobby for my school. Probably, that's my main aim. If they are not giving us allowances, there are right procedures to demand for allowances. If there are resources, but specifically resources allocated to the School of Social Sciences, at least I'm sure that I will be vigilant. I will keep an eye in anything that allows us concerning the School of Social Sciences if the resource is going to the school. And I will make sure I will deliver that resource to the school and students will benefit from it.
Well, before we conclude this interview, now that we are heading for elections and we have stepped up to present source in Guild Parliament, would you please say conclusive remarks to the voters, especially those in source and maybe other faculties here?
As we are heading to the elections come next month, I want to take the opportunity to inform all students from the School of Social Sciences that Oscar Abine is aspiring to become the Member of Parliament of the school, and they should be strong and sure and support him in whatever he will be doing, because I have many initiatives that I will be providing to the school. And likewise, other schools in this campus, I just urge everyone to choose not only that you are choosing someone because he's your friend, but at least send someone that you know that will become your voice. Send someone that you know that will present your views, that will present your perspective on how you see ideas and on see how you see these issues.
Yes.
And concerning the guild elections, we should not always come to a conclusion of being bribed by these monies that are being splashed everywhere. Let us choose someone that we know that is capable of presenting the general issues, the general problems of all students' fraternity. Let us choose someone that at least will become the voice of the voiceless, because we know we are men here in university, but at least few come out to speak. Let us be focused to choose a leader, but we should not choose a dictator. We should choose a leader that will listen, and we should choose a leader that is focused on providing issues to the administration that concerning the students' body. As I conclude, I want to call upon the source society and the source students to lie behind Oscar Abine because he's capable and because he's able of representing your issues. I'm not just going as a leader, but at least I've gone to serve, because as I have my slogan, your voice is my mission.
Well, thank you so much. That has been Oscar Abine. For those of you that are contesting and aspiring for different positions, please, this platform is open, and specifically this show, the Nkumba Perspective, is the right place where you should become, talk to people, and get their views and maybe see what happens before we run these elections. In case you want to get in touch, please, our producer will put our number down there. Run to us, contact us, and we'll be at your service. From Nkumba News Perspective, Rukundo Clinton.